The Anachronauts. They travel through time by downloading history to their brains and archive the past in order to save the future. With their trusty brain download computer, the Epic Traversier, they randomly visit the past year after year. Join them as they embark on their next adventure. Prepare yourself for Anachronology.
Hey, you are watching Anachronology. Welcome back, everybody. If you've been watching, we are in 1991, our year of choice on this episode of Anachronology. We want to thank everybody for continually tuning into the show, even here in season 2. Season 1 was incredible. It's been incredible to watch the social media presence grow, watch people watch stuff, comment, like, share, all that great stuff. It's very welcome. So we thank you very much for continuing to watch us.
The views have jumped dramatically. The subscriber count has jumped dramatically. And that only means that you guys are watching and subscribing and liking videos. So thank you very much. And hopefully you're liking what we've got in 1991 thus far. The cartoon segment or card category was quite a hoot. I'm still smiling from it. So I'm guessing video games, our next one, is going to be just as fun.
Well said. Yeah. Moving on. Category 2 here in 1991 is video games. You're looking at two huge video game fans here. Obviously grew up playing video games, moved through most of the consoles as they came out. We had the Nintendos, the Segas, the Super Nintendos, the PlayStations, the Xboxes. I mean, and it grows and grows and grows even to this day. You know, I'm a grown ass man and I play video games. So it's just part of the DNA of our childhood for sure. So we'd be remiss to not go into that 91 pocket. That was a fun year for video games.
Treasure trove of goodies in 91.
A really fun little treasure trove. And obviously, probably the top of that list in 91, in my opinion, most memorable was Sonic the Hedgehog. It was obviously really kind of, I think, the real big kind of like charter game to come out alongside the Sega Genesis, you know, the 16-bit. Side scroller, and really Sonic just killed it. I mean, he pretty much made his way into being the Mario of Sega after this game. It was like his big outing.
I can't remember what they call this, like this how fast obviously Sonic moves, but it's a platforming game, but I think it has some, like, Sonic was like the first hyper movement platform game or something. But I can remember going over my my dad's best friend, his son was a couple years older than me, but he had a Sega, and that was the first time I played Sonic. And I remember being amazed at like how, because I just come from having regular old Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo, you know,
right?
So seeing freaking flying all around, like just being blown away,
yeah. And everything from like the sound, I mean, granted it was still just coming out of your stereo speakers, but yeah, it just was like new sound design, new reward system, you know. I mean, really, you know, Mario is about the coins, Sonic had the rings, you know, so it was just like, and like you said, really the whole like I can turn into a ball and just fly through fucking, you know, tubes and mazes. It was good, like
soundtrack too. Sonic has a good
awesome
video game soundtrack. Good soundtrack.
Let's check out here. This is these are fun. This is kind of strange. You know, this is, you talk about you know, advertising in 91. Here's a Sonic the Hedgehog commercial from 91, and it's weird because obviously they're trying to be funny, and it's pretty cringe.
Danita Stokes, president of HAG.
It's bad enough that Sega Genesis has the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really ducked my doilies. They say he's incredibly fast. Well, what's the hurry, mister? And about his attitude. Smarty pants. Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario?
Okay. You know what? It's not Andy Dick, which is surprising, but it has some very big Andy Dick energy, but an interesting whole, you know, a kind of this diss on Nintendo and Mario and throwing that all into the mix. I mean, obviously, it's the, you know, Sonic's the new kid on the block, so it's got to take.
Sega couldn't afford 1991 Andy Dick prices.
But you know, Sonic was a fun game, man. It just had all the feels, and it had the most iconic sound of its time. And then it's just like you said. Here you go, just jamming, taunting you on the fucking home screen like a bitch too. Love that. You ain't taking that. No shit.
And it was just Dr. This is 1. 2 has Tails and Knuckles. Yeah. There's no, it's just Sonic in this one. There's no
Yeah,
side.
so I think 2 comes Tails, which was cool because obviously at that point you had your little tag along couch co-op with Tails, I think, right? Yeah, I think you could play with the second controller. That was the whole innovation. And then Knuckles came in like 3, and then all of a sudden now Knuckles was a big character, and now Knuckles has like his own TV show and shit. So obviously a lot changed there, but you know, Sonic just bringing it home for Sega, man, in a big, big way. Another big game in 91 to come out was for the opposing SNES, and that was The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This iconic, just this cover alone is so iconic. That color, that kind of like almost like gold color. I know they even reinvented this when Ocarina of Time came out years later for 64. But yeah, I mean, I played Zelda for the NES. This was drastically an improvement of that. Obviously, it was kind of hearkening to all of the cool top-down graphics, but it, you know, I mean, this looks like shit now, but back then you were just like, this looks amazing, dude. The 16-bit graphics.
Especially coming off what was available in the Zelda universe on NES. You get this, I mean, the upgrade, even though it's drastically different from the regular old NES, like this is an upgrade when it comes to how you were playing the game, or the world
upgrade. It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Let's look at so here's a US commercial. I always like to specify that. Here's the US commercial. This kind of overly epic commercial they did for Zelda release.
This time it calls you to the ultimate battle of good against evil.
Is this Andy Dick?
Shit. Is J.R. Tolkien gonna fucking sue us?
Now the power is in your grasp.
Oh, it's epic. Very He-Man too.
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the
Wow.
Don't show the game at all.
Yeah. Our research said no one wants to see gameplay.
It's not even done yet. We can't show you.
I know. Okay, so you did this on one of our prior episodes where, you know, we got to watch the American version, but boy, do we got to watch the Japanese version. So here we go. Here's the Japanese version of this, and this is just pitch perfect.
Yes. This is how you get me to buy a video game. Take notes, USA.
Moves. They're all dressed as Zelda characters.
They're flash mobbing. 91.
Yeah.
Ganon. What? Yakuza Link?
Amazing. I mean, bravo. I mean, just already leaps and bounds better.
Oh yeah.
Than the American
USA one had a fucking dude. It had a teenager and a mullet. This has freaking people busting out to choreograph dance moves. Its own rap song. I mean, come on,
dude. Like you said, just you know, they just take it there. Sold. I'm buying. I don't even know. I don't even need gameplay there. I'm going. It's bought. You're sold. Okay, so that's SNES. Let's jump over to the PC. Obviously, people are still playing PC games at that time. A hot game in 91 was Civilization.
Oh, shit.
Sid Meier's Civilization. And look at all of those discs you need to install. Probably like had to take one out, put another one in to play this game. Now, I wasn't very keen on this. I remember people like raving about it way back in the day that like to play it. Apparently, it's a classic of its time.
Yeah.
People say it had addictiveness, complex strategy.
Okay. Our friend Ricardo really liked this game. So
Really?
that's where I first became aware of this. I didn't own it, but he really liked it. So I can't remember if this was Civilization 1 or some subsequent iteration of Civilization, but this game, the mechanic is you can start at like year 0 and take your civilization while whether you fight other people or
Okay.
diplomacy or whatever. And I can't remember if it was Civilization or 2 or 3, whatever sequel, some guy, he came on the internet, he's like, this is my game of Civilization, I'm in like year 5,000, I've been playing it for 20 years and I can't get past this part. And it was basically his civilization that he built and whatever computer he was playing against, they were at a stalemate. So he uploaded his save file, and it took people like, I don't know how long, a day or a couple days. And the thing that he couldn't get over the hump with, he was playing for years, the internet was like, oh, if you do this was my outcome. So it was really cool to see this game that had been around since 1991. This guy, 30 years after the fact, basically put a save file on the internet, and people like cracked this code of a 30-year-old game that couldn't be beaten. Like it was cool to see, like a little bit of a internet or game video game history.
Yeah, let's
literally pulled from the past.
Again, I don't know much of it, but I'm just curious let's skim through here and see. This is apparently what it's like to play it.
Yeah, this guy
absolutely terrible, like 8-bit music.
Well, Sid Meier did it all. You're gonna blame one guy.
Oh, well, we got to give it to Michael Hare.
Harry Teasley.
Wow, look at this big. Here we go. Let's say. Clinging to tiny sheltered habitats. Look at this. This is what the gameplay is like. Wow. But the seeds of life grew. So basically, I guess it is just literally from the birth of existence you play this game?
So what I remember, what I remember is like it's like this top-down look, and you could even like expand it out. But what I remember seeing, like the more of the map that you
look at this, American settlers, and you're just like moving covered wagon. Oh my god.
Yeah, I believe it's like it auto generates a map, or I'm pretty sure. So it's like it's kind of like you can every new game. There's like there is no set borders or body of water. It all kind of like randomly generates, and then the like other civilizations you run into, I believe there is like a certain amount of RNG when it comes to the stats that they get or the stats that you receive.
From the Romans wishes to speak with you. Will you receive him? Look at this. This is wild. So this is insanely involved is what it looks like. But yeah, like maybe early RPG, like computer RPG. Okay.
Yeah, like on that massive, scale of you're not just like one character, you are the character, the player character is the role that you are playing, not just an archer or a gunman. It's like your civilization is the player. Or you're the player, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're a big fucking nerd, basically. Yeah.
Hey, nerd.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. But, people loved it. They played the shit out of it on the PC. So way to go, Civilization. Moving back to SNES, another hot game that came out during that time was Super Castlevania. Super Castlevania was the shit. If you ever played the earlier Castlevania games, this was just another revamp on Super Nintendo. This was a cool period where everything was super something because it was, going on the Super Nintendo. Did play this game. It's pretty cool. Obviously, you play your Simon Belmont. You're trying to defeat Dracula, and you're just kind of side scroller fucking shit up. From what I can remember of it, I also remember that this is another video game that has a heralded soundtrack. Like I've seen people re-release this soundtrack. Okay. Vinyl lovers want it. So yeah, they just kind of thumped on these earlier soundtracks with shit, man.
I know that there's a bunch of I never had the Super NES growing up, so I never played Super Castlevania, but I mean this is Super Castlevania 4. Obviously the Castlevania's on SNES or NES, regular NES. I know I've seen like compare and contrast videos of Castlevania this, Castlevania that. and I feel like there is something the throwing the whip. I want to say it's like
Konami.
you can do it in all 8 directions, and this like I guess
Yes.
the only time that Simon Belmont was able to do that, and people who enjoy these games are like, why the hell did you only do it in this one game?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and it was such a fucking game changer. Yeah, you could kind of like whip it around, and that was huge. And I mean, again, you were just in total shock and awe of these baller ass graphics. Let's get a tiny preview of the fucking jam. Oh shit! Jump on that chandelier. Tell me you can whip on that. Yeah, whip and nay on that. See some boss level shit. Oh, so bad.
the I mean, is there a
Beautiful.
Castlevania on Switch? You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's ripe for a port. I mean, this is a staple of the Nintendo library. Castlevania.
I totally agree. While AI was finding gameplay, he found this, which I thought was really funny. This is actually somebody that was filming themselves playing Castlevania in 1992, and apparently
ahead of your time, kid.
There he is.
Did you invent Twitch?
He even displayed his Castlevania boxes for Halloween. This is creepy. Oh wow. He's so proud of this. Here it is. What is this? It's like found footage of him playing Castlevania.
Blair Witch Castlevania.
Yes. Oh shit, he's playing a big baddie in this one. Listen to him playing.
Oh, you got murked.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Oh, darn it. That wasn't his. That was my energy.
Oh, you little bitch.
I just want to hear. I want to hear a fight of his parents, like in the background, like, "God damn it! I told you I didn't spend the money on booze. I know we have to pay the electricity bill." It's like, "Oh, look at the size of this guy. This is crazy big. God damn it! Put the knife down, Sharon." Like just a fight. He's playing Castlevania to escape.
Yeah, this was eventually entered as evidence in his parents' divorce trial later in life. Interesting. Well, that's a little
Exhibit A, Castlevania 4 footage.
Can I just watch some of that? I'm actually stuck on that level. I got to figure it out to get through that boss.
Is there a workaround here?
Yeah, so I totally remember that. This next one, I very much remembered rocking me some Battletoads, dog. Battletoads. This was an NES jam. And this was just a wild, weird, like just literally 3 anthropomorphic toads with a mission to defeat the evil Dark Queen. And you were fighting like rats and pigs with axes. And the cool part about Battletoads is you just kicked a lot of ass in it. And you were just like stomping dudes, taking pipes and smashing dudes with weapons. They made it really weird, wild, and fun. Honestly, I remember playing it pretty memorably. And I also remember it being really fucking hard.
The thing that I remember from Battletoads is they never had it growing up, but the meme, wasn't it? People would call up the Pawn Stars place, the Pawn Stars, whatever that show they had, the Rick guy and the old man.
Oh,
whatever.
really?
They would call up and they would ask for Battletoads. That was, and dude, it drove that guy nuts. And I think there was like a compilation of people calling up that pawn shop.
I don't have any Battletoads.
I don't have any. It's a stupid game.
Let's see. So this was kind of the rocking of it. And it was co-op, which was sweet. And thanks for your sweet graphic, bro. Yeah, and it had a sweet intro. Battletoads.
Rare. They've come a long way.
Oh, I don't want to hear you talking. But anyway,
that's our job.
Yeah, don't take my airtime. Yeah, here you go. Bam. And then you got a pipe and you're just fucking guys up with the pipe punches, the big punches. Yeah. And it was cool. Like no matter, like you could get more points the more like damage and you could hit them with. It was perfect, dude.
And I'm guessing the cartoon came first, not the video game. The cartoon came first, and then someone had the bright idea.
You know, I don't know much of that existence. I just really remember this property. But oh yeah, you fight shit, and then there's like, where's the real hard shit? It just gets really fucking hard. That's all I remember about Battletoads. Yeah, here, this shit right here. You get on these bikes, right, and you're dying like crazy. You're just dying because you got to keep moving it up and down. And I remember being a kid getting hella pissed off at this shit. So yeah,
Oh, man.
Battletoads was awesome. Actually, Battletoads was so awesome. They actually then made a Battletoads and Double Dragon game after that. They thought it was so awesome. They
Battle
mixed
Dragons?
two properties together, Battletoads and Double Dragon, as you can see here, where for some reason you're fighting in these like Double Dragon like fucking levels and shit. Look at. Remember that? That's a classic Double Dragon. And then I think the Double Dragon guys get in here too. No, I guess it's
Bimmy and
not.
Jimmy?
Yeah, they do. They fuck shit up.
Bimmy and
some
Jimmy
reason.
from Double Dragon?
Oh, where are they? You're not gonna show them to me in this video? Well, regardless, this was a fucking cheap fucking
Weird cash
layup
grab.
for fucking Battletoads, obviously here. So yeah. And again, there they are. They're just fighting Double Dragon bosses. So yeah, while we're talking about Battletoads, I'd actually just really like to take this time to introduce a really quick segment I like to call Quick Pitch. Quick Pitch. Everybody, Hollywood, I know you're out there. We're all thinking about IPs. We're all thinking about making new things. I want to pitch this to you. Hear me out, okay? We're going to do live action Battletoads. Live action. We had the CG. We can do it. Live action Battletoads. Maybe we get a Michael Bay attached. I think he could do wonders with it. He helped breathe life into Transformers. It doesn't stop there. We're going to need voice talent. I got Kevin Hart. Okay. I got Kevin Hart. He can do kind of the tiny kind of little smart ass toad guy. I think he would be a great cat. He's probably going to be pretty expensive. We can lock him down. Let's add Chris Pratt to that. Everybody loves Chris Pratt. How can it go wrong? He's Mario. He's Garfield. He could be the kind of sassy leader Battletoad. What do we think about that? I think that's pretty good. And then for old timer, I guess kind of crotchety ass old man Battletoad,
who's seen some shit.
I guess we're just gonna make Bruce Dern be old man Battletoad. I really didn't like this choice, to be honest with you, dude. Honestly, like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I made this with AI producer, and for some reason, he just wanted this to be this
incredible range and is a national treasure.
Yes, I understand you like Bruce Dern. So we kept Bruce Dern in this because AI producer thinks he has incredible range. So there's our lineup. We have Bruce Dern, we have Chris Pratt, and we have Kevin Hart. They'll voice the Battletoads. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what's the name of this bad boy? What are we going to call it? Okay, well, of course, I've thought about this. We're going to call this Battletoads. Rib it up. Battletoads, rib it up. I really liked that. I thought that works. I don't know about you guys. I think that one was the strongest one that we did.
I liked my title better.
You want me to play your title too? Okay, fine. So AI also thought of a title too that he wants to play. So I will play it for you too. AI's name was, hold on, I got to play the music again to AI because I know you want me to do it. Battletoads. Totally awesome. Okay, let's not lie. That is probably the better of the two. Battletoads, totally awesome. Okay, we're pitching that. That's coming out maybe summer 2025. You've heard it first. Quick pitch. Anachronology. Battletoads, totally awesome.
I mean, we got to get this out the door before Bruce Dern gets it.
I know we do. We don't have much. We don't have a long time with Bruce Dern. Moving on. Speaking of badasses, Streets of Rage. That was another one that was like the cool side scroller where you just were like beating dudes' asses in the street. And it was always kind of weird. Like I remember Streets of Rage, but I was like, what was the deal? It was like obviously classic beat 'em up video game released by Sega in '91. The game is set in a once peaceful city that has been taken over by a criminal syndicate. And the story follows three young former police officers, Axel Stone, Blaze Fielding, and Adam Hunter, who resigned from the force to fight against the syndicate on their own terms. Like, that's what they're fucking doing.
Blaze Stone. Gotta have fucking like really strong, cool names. I'm looking at the box art here, brother. And why is there this like She-Hulk woman creeping out from underneath the mantle?
A chud.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Like having a little having a little looky loo underneath the manhole cover.
Yeah, Streets of Rage was just crazy. And then obviously Streets of Rage went so fucking bananas. At one point, there's a fucking kangaroo with boxing gloves that you get to play with in like maybe the third Streets of Rage. They just went all in and they were like, I remember its name was Roo, and that's what you did. You just like went around and fucked dudes up as a kangaroo. You're just like, yeah.
They dropped the missed opportunity for it to be Roover Dangerfield. Have Ronnie Dangerfield voice the kangaroo. Call it Roover Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Have him crack wise while he's
Fuck
cracking
up.
skulls. I mean, come on, man. What are you guys thinking?
Anyway, go get yourself some Streets of Rage and Streets of Rage, whatever, 3, 4, till 7, 8, 9, however they have made. You can play them all. Okay, now let's move on. I wanted to do a little thing about, let's see where we're going to take us next. Yeah, Rings of Power. Now, this is funny because this is actually going to be kind of
Naughty Dog.
underneath the not suitable for work video games of 1991. So yes, good call. It is by Naughty Dog. That's right. The same Naughty Dog that gave us The Last of Us, Crash Bandicoot, and you know, it's just funny. Everybody gets their start, but this was actually one of the very first things developed by Naughty Dog. And apparently the thing about this is there is apparently a dirty cheat code inside of Rings of Power. Now, it is claimed that when booting up the game, the developer's logo appears accompanied by a fully clothed woman. If you happen to have a controller plugged into port 2 and hold down and right on the D-pad and the ABC and the start buttons at the same time during that start screen, you see some digital titties.
All right, we're going to cut this episode short. I need to go fire up my Mega Drive and my Rings of Power.
Look at those digital titties. Naughty Dog, you son of a bitch.
Man, that's I mean, I wonder like who had the bright idea to put the digital tay-tays in. You know what I mean? Like, wonder was this
Funny motherfuckers.
Like this gruntled action? Was this you know, like
I
a
don't
little
know.
boys club, funny little wink wink nudge nudge? Was this one person who said, "Oh, you guys don't know," like, but I mean,
we got some digital titties.
That's actually like a pretty detailed digital titty woman. Like,
yeah, and I mean, it's pretty badass if like you, it's what a, you know, talk about a, you know, you've done that Konami code, right? Because there's some titties. Yeah. Right. Every code, digital code, should be paired with some pixelated titties.
Hey,
and honestly, this was just one of the many not suitable for work video game titles that me and AI found during our search. So much so that we're actually going to be putting out a special Patreon segment just for our amazing Patreon members coming up that you'll be able to watch, called Dirty Pixels, which we will then go through a whole bunch of different not suitable for work video games that we found, and they're fucking hysterical.
Oh man, I don't remember that playable character from Super Mario Brothers.
What do you mean? That's Toadstool. What do you mean? Look at him. There he is. He's got his Toadstool hat. It's just
from the Mushroom Kingdom. Oh, he looks a little different.
Yeah, it's a different Mushroom Kingdom. That was video games.
Nice.
All right, not too shabby. We're making our way through category 2. Okay. Video games. Let's take another quick break. We'll come right back and we'll hit our final and third category here in 1991. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
You're back.